Welcome to Only Amazing 10. Please, like, and subscribe.
10 richest towns in Europe that you've never heard of. Our fascination with the old world is quite understandable. Europe has had its influence all over the world, which has transcended centuries. Now, Europe has become a hot spot for those who want to reach out and discover their roots at the same time as enjoying the cultural extravaganza the continent has to offer. European countries can be quite glamorous, with heavy hitters like Paris, Berlin, and Milan. European countries not only make a great romantic destination but also cater to youngsters looking for the hottest parties around the globe. With today's political climate, we are living in a state of uncertainty, which makes it all the more necessary to explore this beautiful continent while we can. Here's our list of top 10 richest towns in Europe that you've probably never heard of. 10. Bruges, Belgium. Kicking off our list, we start with Bruges. Like other obscure Europe towns, Bruges has a very rich culture just waiting to be explored. This small town in Belgium has more castles per square inch than any other country in the entire world. If that is not fascinating enough for you, then you might want to visit this town to pay respects to the birthplace of French fries. That's right, French fries, or frites, were first concocted in Belgium and not America. They also happen to be a local delicacy in Bruges. 9. Katowice, Poland. Katowice is the 11th largest city in Poland, and back in 2015, it became a part of UNESCO's Creative Cities Network as a city of music. With a GDP of $122 billion, it is not surprising that Katowice has been the financial infrastructure to support business, science, trade, and transportation industries. Not only is Katowice a prominent city in Poland, but it also happens to be the 16th most financially powerful city by GDP in the entire European Union. Katowice is also an excellent getaway for gamers of all ages, as it hosts the finals of the Intel Extreme Masters video game tournament. 8. Vitoria-Gasteiz, Spain, Basque Country. Spain is broadly associated with cities like Ibiza and Barcelona, but there is much more to this beautiful country than just raging parties and sandy beaches. The city offers some of the most mesmerizing architectural attractions in all of the European Union. Vitoria-Gasteiz was ranked second amongst cities with the highest standards of living in Spain. It was also awarded the title of European Green Capital back in 2012 because of its large number of green areas. The entire population of Vitoria-Gasteiz lives in a 300-meter distance from open green spaces, making it an ideal getaway from your daily gridlock traffic routine. 7. Karlsruhe, Germany. The proximity of diverse groups is what makes Europe so culturally rich, and if it is the culture that you are looking for, then Germany has to be part of your Euro trip itinerary. Instead of going the traditional route with cities such as Berlin and Stuttgart, we implore you to take the road less traveled to Karlsruhe. Karlsruhe is internationally renowned for its art and culture and even hosts Das Fest, which is an annual open-air festival that lasts 3 days. With a GDP of $137 billion, Karlsruhe also offers a very competent public infrastructure.
6. Heilbronn, Germany.
Another German entry, Heilbronn managed to place higher on our list because of its quaint appeal. Unlike other German alternatives, Heilbronn offers the quintessential European small-town vibe, which is just what one needs when she is seeking refuge from the hustle of city life. This is not to say that it is a European ghost town, because Heilbronn happens to be a prominent economic center which ensures that its residents have all the necessary resources at their disposal all the time. Heilbronn also has a thriving wine industry, which will also come in handy if you are seeking refuge from your daily urban grind. 5. Rotterdam, Netherlands. Amsterdam is a must-visit destination on everyone's Euro trip itinerary, and even though it is the second largest city in the Netherlands, Rotterdam has the same GDP as that of Amsterdam, which stands at $320 billion. If you want to treat yourself to a luxurious time and a comfortable stay in the Netherlands, then Rotterdam will be the perfect fit for you. You can spend your leisure time checking out the Museum Boijmans van Beuningen, trying delicacies that Rotterdam's very own Chinatown has to offer, or indulging in high-fashion shopping on Kruisgate Street. 4. Groningen, Netherlands. Our second entry from the Netherlands comes in the form of Groningen, which happens to be the largest city in northern Netherlands. Groningen is over 950 years old and is part of the Groningen-Assen metropolitan area, which is home to around 500,000 residents. Groningen has a very rich and alternative culture. For a city of modest size, Groningen's vast student population helps maintain a prominent art, music and theater culture. In its adorable and quirky Dutch fashion, the city also hosts what is known as the International Cycling Film Festival, which is an annual event for bicycle-related films.
3. Rhine-Ruhr, Germany.
Rhine-Ruhr is Germany's largest metropolitan region that is home to over 10 million residents. When it comes to public infrastructure, Rhine-Ruhr with its 485 billion GDP is rather well equipped. The metropolitan area ranges over 2,806 square miles and comprises of major cities like Cologne and the Düsseldorf. The region is home to multiple UNESCO World Heritage Sites and attracts over 12 million tourists every year. Rhine-Ruhr also hosts multiple cultural and sporting events every year and happens to be the home of some of the most popular soccer teams in Europe. Happen to be in the area? Make sure to check out the Cologne Comedy Festival. 2. Lyon, France. As romantic as Paris can be, France has much more to offer than just the Eiffel Tower and baguettes. Enter Lyon, which is the third largest city in the country. Lyon is a prominent economic body of France and happens to be one of the richest cities in the country. Lyon is also home to several architectural and historic landmarks that have been deemed as World Heritage Sites by UNESCO. A major highlight of Lyon is its rich culinary culture. If you love food, then Lyon is a must-visit destination for you, as it has earned the reputation of being the French gastronomy capital. 1. Turin, Italy. Some of you might be familiar with Turin, whereas others might only associate Italy with the likes of Rome, Venice, Milan, and even Florence. Not only is Turin one of the richest cities in Italy, it also happens to be a hotspot for culinary delights and architectural attractions. With a GDP per capita that lies in the ballpark of $75,000, it is easy to understand why the economy of Turin is thriving. Turin is also home to some of the most iconic automotive brands, which include Alfa Romeo, Fiat, and Lancia, making it a mecca for gearheads around the world.